Wait, are you?
What if the fate of the world hinged on a single devastating plan? In the latest episode of The Boys, Billy Butcher's shocking secret threatens to change everything, from a deadly virus targeting Homelander to a shape-shifting Supe with a gruesome power and a high-stakes plot to assassinate the president. This episode is packed with jaw-dropping twists. Can the boys stop the impending doom without causing a global catastrophe? Stick around to uncover all the explosive details. Before we dive into this mind-blowing episode, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay updated with all our latest intriguing facts and breakdowns. You won't want to miss out. In the penultimate episode of The Boys Season 4, the titular team hits their lowest point yet. It seems impossible considering where they've been before, but it's not just Huey, Annie, Butcher, Kimiko, and Frenchie who are on the brink. The entirety of the Seven and Vaught's corporate structure is in disarray, leaving everyone in a precarious position heading into the season finale. Homelander has been in crisis all season, but it seemed to be working out for him for the most part. He brought Sister Sage on board, the world's smartest person, and they crafted a plan for world domination. The psycho Supe couldn't help but give in to his worst impulses though, and he's now pushed Sage aside in favor of Firecracker and her obsession with pleasing him. Instead of strategic smarts, it looks like Homelander may execute his grand plan through brute force rather than cunning strategy. While this seems almost certain to work out for him, Homelander's powers make him the mightiest Supe after all. He lacks the brains that are a vital part of his operation with Sage. In a confrontation between the three Supes, Sage reveals that she knew A-Train was the leak all along and that his distribution of information was intentional. To what end remains unclear. In a sense, Homelander's right back where he started at the beginning of Season 4, only this time he's angrier than ever. This is kind of the boys thing. Homelander goes on some journey throughout the season before ending it scarier and more powerful than ever before. This time, though, it worked. The takeover plot heightens the stakes of Homelander's actions. But most of all, Anthony Starr continues to deliver a stunning performance, somehow avoiding the trappings of the script to exude something even more terrifying. It's a promising sign heading into the finale with nothing to hold him back. And with the Season 5 being the boys' last, it feels like anything could happen for the first time in a long time. During the episode, A-Train essentially gives himself up as the guilty party when he zips into the boys' headquarters to save Billy Butcher, Annie, and Huey. The trio is under siege from the Deep and Black Noir 2, who are there to carry out kill orders from Homelander. Once the Deep and Black Noir Zastitu realize that A-Train is not there to aid them, the Supes' cover as an insider for the boys is blown. The tension is palpable as A-Train races back to Vote Tower, where his only Vote ally, Ashley Barrett, tells the Supe to remove his tracking chip and flee to a place where Homelander can't find him. The stakes are higher than ever, as A-Train must decide between fleeing for his life or facing the wrath of Homelander. With allies on both sides of the conflict, the lines between friend and foe blur, setting the stage for an epic showdown. Meanwhile, Vought Studios creates a family-friendly holiday program for Ryan called The Avenue V Christmas Special, an Avenue Q-like musical presentation featuring puppet versions of the Seven. In a dramatic twist, Ryan stops the live broadcast of the special and stares directly into the television camera as he shames his father, Homelander, with some cold, hard truths. In another subplot, Homelander puts Sister Sage on the hot seat during a meeting at the Seven headquarters since he discovered a bug planted at Tech Knight's Federalist Society gathering. Firecracker, also present at the meeting, demonstrates her influence over Homelander since she's become his new supplier of breast milk. Homelander is furious with Sister Sage because he knows Vault News network anchor Cameron Coleman did not leak the Seven's crime analytics data. Firecracker convinces Homelander that Webweaver is connected to the leak, leading to a grisly execution of the hapless Supe. Firecracker is left shocked by Homelander's sadistic use of his power. Stressed over the meeting with Homelander and Firecracker, Sister Sage texts the Deep to meet up for another brainless sexual encounter. Later, the Deep's octopus lover, Ambrosius, confronts him about the affair, and in a fit of anger, Deep smashes her aquarium and lets her suffocate to death. In a tense meeting at the boys' headquarters, Billy Butcher drops a bombshell. He confesses to Mother's Milk, Kimiko, Annie, and Huey that he is coercing Vault scientist Samir into developing a virus. But this isn't just any virus. It was designed to kill Homelander. However, there is a dark twist. If the virus spreads, it could trigger a global pandemic, destroying every Supe on the planet, including Annie, Kimiko, and even Ryan. Butcher's ruthless plan doesn't sit well with the boys. They refuse to commit Supe genocide and are now on a mission to find a way to only target Homelander and the Vice President-elect, Victoria Newman, who is secretly a Supe. Huey takes a brave step and confronts Victoria, begging her to abandon Homelander's sinister plan to take over the White House. Unfortunately, her efforts went unheeded. Meanwhile, Mother's Milk, still recovering from her panic attack in episode 6 and worried about her family, decides to step away from her leadership role. He encourages Billy to lead the boys once again. This decision doesn't please everyone, as A-Train criticizes Mother's Milk for withdrawing from the battle. After the big reveal at the end of episode 6, Joe Kessler continues to be a figment of Butcher's imagination. For the first time, though, Butcher talks to Joe in front of the boys, leading to baffling looks from the team. Butcher pulls some strings to get Frenchie out of jail after he confessed to murdering his boyfriend Colin's family in the past. Kimiko and Frenchie go to where Butcher is holding Samir captive so Frenchie can aid the scientist as he creates the virus. While at the location, Kimiko reveals to Frenchie that she doesn't speak as a tragic memory from her past replays in her mind. The situation takes a dire turn when Samir escapes and infects Kimiko with the virus. In a desperate move, Frenchie saves the self-healing Supe by cutting off her leg.
I'm sorry.
Learning of Homelander's plans to kill President Robert Singer, Butcher, Huey, and Annie break into the hired assassin's apartment. There they uncover blueprints for an insurrection. While investigating, the trio encounters a Supe known only as the Woman, who has the gruesome power to shapeshift by tearing off her own skin first. The Woman later shapeshifts into Annie in a plot to steal Huey's laptop, which contains critical information about the presidential coup that the boys secretly recorded during a Federalist Society gathering. Despite Annie acting strangely, Huey doesn't catch on to the ruse. Meanwhile, the real Annie is held captive in a secret location, chained to the floor to prevent her escape. Can the boys stop Homelander without unleashing a catastrophic pandemic? To stay updated on this gripping saga, smash that like button and subscribe to Intriguing Facts. Let us know in the comments what you think of Butcher's plan and how you think the team should handle this impossible situation. Thanks for watching and see you next time.